This time on Angie's Motorcycle Obsessions, we've got parts. Well, g'day everybody and welcome back. Yes, we finally have some parts. What I've got here is a rebuild kit for the calipers, new fork seals, and new bearings for the headset for the triple clamp. Also, I have a brand new set of Hell stainless steel braided brake lines. There are some parts still missing that are obviously on the slow boat. Brake pads and the 37mm dust seals for the top of the forks. So we're a little bit limited. Yeah, Brett, they're probably the same as the XS1100. So they're ordered, they're coming, they won't be here till next week, but let's see what we can do, how far we can get. My plan is to re-kit the brake calipers, reassemble them so that they're ready to be bled, put back on the bike and bled as soon as we're in a position to do that. Then we might pull the forks out and the triple clamp out and start going through those. We'll see how far we get. It's already after lunch on Saturday. Finished all the housework and that now. Supposed to go for a ride tomorrow. It's not a bad day out there today, but tomorrow, rain, snow down to 300 metres, 9 degrees Celsius. We'll see how we go. All right, let's get into it. All right, so what we have here in front of us is all the bits and pieces that we need. I took these to work and cleaned them, thoroughly washed them in the bath and scrubbed them with not only detergent but brake cleaner as well. Got them pretty jolly good, and I gave them a lick of paint with some Caliper paint. And obviously these are the mounting brackets, and in here we have all the assortments that we need, all the parts that came off that we need to reuse. So we shall empty une bag. Now, pistons, obviously. These here, not that one, but these ones here, clip over the brake pads. I'm hoping that the pads will come with new shims, but if they don't, we'll be forced to reuse those. We've got all the pins and associated bits and pieces, nuts and bolts. So let's just get into it. I'll go and put some gloves on and we'll start assembly. Alright, so open the packet, see what's in there. So we have all the bits and pieces required, hopefully. Dust seal, pressure seal, and then we have the rubber boots that go over the pins on the brackets. We also have some new bleed nipples. Right, after fighting with the packaging, we also have 2 brand new bleed nipples and the rubber caps for those, and some new copper washers for the banjo fittings. So what we want to do is start with the pressure seal. Now they do provide you with some rubber grease, but I'm just going to use my own. Right, lube him up, and we're going to try and push him down into the groove. Trying to make sure we don't roll him in there, which I have done. Right, now he's in there without being rolled, and we'll just grab a piston and use him to help seat the seal and make sure that we're, yes, nice. Gotta get him out of there now. You idiot. Right. Now these guys, I believe, are quite tricky. I've never tried it on a Suzuki, but what I think I'll do is actually just put a bit of lube on him and sit him on the bottom of the piston so that he's overhanging like so. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just try pushing him in there and see how he goes. Yes, someone who's watching the series commented that he had struggled to get those on. They can be a bit of a knobhead by the looks of it, so I will try plan A again. I've made that damn slippery now, it probably won't stay on the piston. Trying to start it at the back. I think we got him. That's the strategy. Yep, he's in there. Get him started in the seal below. And there we have it. And repeat. So, bit of slippery. Done. Pistons, seals in. So now we can screw in the bleed nipples for now. Just do them up finger tight. All right. This is the left bracket, and I know that because it's got a great big L in the casting. So on the bike, it bolts on to the lower leg of the forks there, and we have to work out which caliper is the right one. So they would go. It would be this one because the bleed nipple needs to be in the highest position so that obviously the air can escape out through there. So he goes on to there. This is the left one. So let's deal with the left one. Right, sorry if there was a bit of a loss of continuity there. My wife got home out doing some shopping and needed a hand and a cup of coffee, so we're back. Like I said, nice day today. XS 1100 weather. Tomorrow, Ducati weather. It's a private joke, and there's at least one person that is going to get that. Right, now, left hand, I said, and this is our left hand caliper. So, let's go. Couple of boots. Now, these have a couple of different pins. One of them has a rubber insulator, isolator on there, and that goes on the lower side, so on here. And a bolt. Yeah, the one with the rubber isolator on it goes on the banjo fitting side. And the solid pin goes on the bleed nipple side. They'll have a torque setting, and when I put it all together on the bike, we'll do that. Alright, so let's just right. We don't need those yet because we don't have the pads. Let's see if we can get these pins in all the way, pushed on, and the little bellows should mount on the end of the pin thusly. Lovely. Right hand side. As previously mentioned, we'll torque these up once they're on the bike. Now, you can put a little bit of lubricant on these pins if you want to. I would recommend though that if you're going to use lubricant on there, to use a rubber grease, because there's obviously rubber components involved here, and also the dampener, the isolator here. So avoid it if you can. They're happily running in there dry, because grease is very adhesive. When it comes to dust, it'll just attract dirt and muck, and it will become like a gritty paste in there, and they can get sticky. If they're clean and they're dry, they should be okay. These things here are meant to keep the water and everything out, so, and the dust. So you can get away with putting a bit of grease on there if you want to, but it's my preference to not do that unless, you know, there's, for whatever reason, they're a little bit stiff in there or something, and you think that a bit of grease will help, then go for it. Just be careful what type of grease you use. Just trying to make sure that those little rubber bellows are clipped down into the pins properly. Which they are now. So, of course, these are what they call a floating caliper. So the caliper is able, the disc is rigid, does not move. The caliper is able to float in and out to compensate for brake wear, etc. So there we go. 2 calipers, new seals, ready to go, back on the bike. We've got our anti-rattle shims here now for our pads when they finally arrive, and then we can put it all together and prime the system and bleed the system of air and have some front brakes happening. But we're at a junction now because we can't proceed any further with those until we get those pads. So we might as well, and there's no point putting new brake pads and new hoses and calipers and bleeding it and getting it all set up on the front of the bike if we've got to pull all the forks and everything off it anyway. The forks do leak, which is why I got new seals for them. So we need to sort of strip them apart. I'm a little bit nervous about, there's some funny looking bungs on the top. I haven't looked too deep into it, but they don't look right to me, those forks. So we need to investigate that. It might be a case that we need to buy some other bits for it yet. And while we're at it, even though the best way to test your steering head bearings is to raise the front of the bike up, grab by the bottom of the forks, and see if there's any movement in the bearings. I've done that. They seem okay, and they're not notchy and what have you. But while we're going to strip all the forks and everything out, we might as well put new bearings in the headset. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll start now. I'll pack all this up and then I'll start stripping the forks out. I'm going to use wood on a motorcycle. Again, that's a private joke. Some of you will get it. All right. Alright, so I've just pulled the brake hoses off, and the retaining bolt for the brake hoses is a wood screw. Hey? Who might have done that? They might have been better off using no more nails. Right, keep moving. I'm going to try and just take the whole top of the triple clamp off in one piece with the instrument cluster and everything on it. See how I go. No spanners. Lost the washer. I'll find it later. Alright, that's that pair. Just do the top of the clamps now. 14mm. Voila. I'll find out what that was that just fell. What's our major hiccup here? Taco cable. Alright, I can just swing back out of the way. Now, what fell off was, and there's another one here. See what I mean? They're just not, they don't look right. Anyway, we'll get them off and see what we're looking at. Okay, so just at a glance, we've got quite a bit of pitting and rust on the outside of the stanchions. A little bit further down too, but where they operate through the seals looks to be okay. So hopefully we won't have to go for rechroming or anything silly. Let's get this front axle out. Odd size bolts. Of course, because I'm such an untidy bastard, it would appear my 14mm socket has gone walkabout. So we'll do the unthinkable. Right. Rightio. Front wheel is out. That does feel rather notchy now. Not too bad, but it is notchy. Now let's release the tubes. Alright. Okay, so it just leaves us with the triple clamp. Someone's already butchered that up. So we'll keep the theme going. What are we hooked on? Oh. Triple clamp. Alright. Rightio, she's all pulled down. This bearing here, you can buy like a 3-prong spreader steering head bearing removal tool that you poke down here and hammer them out. But I'm just going to, I don't own one, so I'll run a beater weld in that and knock it out that way. Top one feels like I could probably, get a drift on that, and we'll try and do that later. But for now, we are at least in a position where we can start stripping these forks down and replacing the bearings in the headset. And that sounds like it might be a good job for tomorrow. I will take these to work and do it because it's easier for me. I've got a press there and I've got better facilities to be able to deal with this. So we'll do that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And I'll catch you next time on Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.